Hey, come here. You want to hear the truth?
We quickly learned that the 9/11 attacks were carried out by our government.
You want to be entertained?
Nancy and I are hooked on heroin. He's using marijuana on a daily basis. It is an uncontrolled fire.
Then you're in the right place. You found 13 Folds Radio on rifreeradio.org. And this is Off the Record. Hey friends, welcome to 13 Folds Radio here on rifreeradio.org, coming at you from our bunker deep beneath the city of Providence, Rhode Island. This is Mike Liberty, bringing it to you true, live, and uncut, hanging out with Dave Death on the production panel. Take it away.
Hey.
How you doing, man?
Doing good. A little sick, a little under the weather, but hanging in there.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad you could pull it together and do the show tonight. That's good stuff, man.
Well, I always manage to pull it together. I look so forward to doing this show every
Right,
week.
because you called in sick to work today.
Oh, shh, don't say that.
I'm just playing, sir, Mr. Boss Man. He didn't. You know he was there. He's a good worker.
But, yeah, it was a good week today, this week. Good week today.
Good week all in one day. That's how
All
I
in one
feel.
day. Wrapped it all up. I don't know. What do you got? I know we got a lot of news to talk about.
You know what? It's obligatory. The Super Bowl is in a few days. You know, sometimes I hate doing this because I don't know when people are going to listen to our show. And by the time they get around to listening to it, we're only a few days out at this point from the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl could be in the rearview mirror, and we're instantly dating ourselves. But whatever. Let's talk a little Super Bowl talk. You said you had some opinions.
Well, I think Carolina should kill them. I don't see Denver's defense being able to stop a mobile quarterback. But you know what? I like Cam Newton. I think he's a good role model for the NFL. The guy's got a good personality, easy to root for. So I don't mind seeing Carolina win. And, of course, Patriots aren't in it, so I really don't care who wins.
Yeah.
But on the same token, I wouldn't mind seeing Peyton Manning go out on a high note and win the Super Bowl in this major upset. I think that'd be an awesome storyline as well. And it'll probably make for a better Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
As long as Peyton Manning never plays another game of football again.
All right. I hear that. So it's funny. You said a lot of the same things I said a week ago, where I like Cam Newton and I would like to see a future NFL where Cam Newton is one of the tent poles. I think that's good for the league, and I think him beating Peyton Manning is a great way to start that legacy. But, yeah, I said a week ago, for the first time in my sporting career football fan life, I don't hate Peyton Manning.
I still hate Peyton Manning, and that's the thing is last week I still hated Manning. I didn't want to see him win. But thinking about a good Super Bowl versus a boring Super Bowl where Carolina just blows them out.
That would suck. That takes the air right out of the Super Bowl party room.
Exactly.
Now, there were a couple things that came up this week. Did you realize that this is, I believe, the fourth consecutive Super Bowl with a black quarterback?
I did not realize.
Isn't that interesting?
No, I don't see football in color.
Oh, right, because you still have a black and white TV. How's that working
I'm
out?
colorblind, too. So.
Oh, okay. So you don't even notice. Why would you buy a color TV then? That makes perfect sense.
It's just a waste of money, in my opinion.
So, I mean, I think it's interesting that the NFL in particular is slightly ahead of mainstream America in its at least as far as race goes at that position.
They always have been. Well, yeah, not in a leader of a team position.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You've seen it in basketball a lot.
Well, black players, yeah, it's been in the
not
NBA
in
for
hockey
a few years.
very much.
No.
There's that one guy on, he used to play for Montreal.
And, as far as Peyton Manning ever playing again, now you heard that the Rams, I guess, are being moved out to L.A. again.
Yes.
And apparently the new L.A. Rams are thinking about transmitting that they would approach Peyton Manning to come and play for them and try to help them make a splash as they reacclimate themselves to Hollywood.
That would be interesting, but in that case, I can't root for Peyton Manning.
Dude,
to win
Peyton
the Super
Manning,
Bowl even.
Peyton Manning in the L.A. Rams, I feel like he'd almost be casting himself as a villain at that point, right? I mean, one more cash grab, high-profile L.A. team.
Yeah, and plus, he's all beefed up on steroids now.
Like half of Hollywood, dude.
So, yeah, that's my whole take on the Super Bowl. So I've kind of turned a corner on that. I hope he doesn't play again. I hope he leaves football forever.
Right. And definitely, I hope that this Super Bowl isn't over before it begins. I hope they don't, that the Panthers don't get out to a 24-0 lead in the first, and it's one of those Super Bowls, because that's just boring.
Yeah, because that made the playoffs pretty boring.
Yeah. And I mean, but Peyton, man, he ran out of gas at the end of that AFC Championship. He didn't win that game much as the Patriots lost it.
Yeah.
Or if Denver won it, it wasn't because of Peyton. He was unable to find his receivers.
No, it was Denver's defense, and that's the thing is I don't think Denver's defense can stop a mobile quarterback. So that's why I think Carolina's going to beat them.
Sure, I actually agree with that. Whatever the spread is, I don't care. I would take Carolina.
Speaking of Denver, I found some pretty cool South Park tidbits online this week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow me, David.
And it's funny how much of the culture South Park actually is it's embedded in our culture.
Dude, the show's 20 years old now.
Yeah.
I remember when they were the upstart to The Simpsons, and now it's like they're both OG.
Yeah, 1997 is when they started, I believe.
Wow.
Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls, remember the song?
Yeah, I do.
Reached #1 on the UK singles chart. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. The home of the Beatles and Radiohead.
Another interesting fact that I found, there is an alien hiding somewhere in the background of every single episode.
This I know because I've spotted him several times and figured he was an Easter egg that they made, ubiquitous like that.
Yeah, he's in there all the time. Other two well-known ones, George Clooney was given a guest spot on the show as Sparky the dog, so he had no lines, he just barked. Jay Leno is actually Cartman's cat, Kitty.
Oh, okay.
Is Jay Leno.
Oh, that's interesting.
Now, remember the Casa Bonita
Yeah.
episode where Cartman goes haywire in the restaurant?
Yes.
There's an actual Casa Bonita restaurant in Denver, Colorado, so it's modeled after this.
Okay. Does it have a waterfall?
It opened in 1974. It boasts a 30-foot waterfall, over 30 different attractions, and, of course, Black Bart's secret hideout. And now it's world known because of its cameo in South Park.
Will you take me to Casa Bonita for my birthday?
Yes, I would if we can get there.
We'll
call Spock.
We'll call Spock, man. He'll hook us up.
Do you remember the Chin Pokeman episode?
No.
It was kind of a spoof on the whole Pokemon brand.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon means pocket monster in Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
And Chin Pokemon interprets as penis monster. So I thought that was pretty funny. They're smart. Those guys are smart.
Those are smart guys. They're not like us.
This is pretty cool. Kenny is actually inspired by a childhood friend of Trey Parker, who was also named Kenny. He was the poorest kid in town, often wore a large parka that muffled his voice, and frequently he skipped school, which caused his classmates to develop the running joke that Kenny died.
Wow. Dude, that's pretty cool.
And now in real life, there is a mutated gene in fruit flies that causes them to die in only 2 days if they become infected with a certain kind of bacteria. It is appropriately called the Kenny gene, after the one and only Kenny McCormick.
Wow.
So it's even spread into science, South Park. It's huge influence.
It doesn't surprise me, man. South Park is just that good.
So, yeah. I mean, I got tons of other stuff I've been streaming through here if you want to do a little quick run.
No, well, you know what? We'll save it for later. We actually have a pretty good show for our standards, I think, lined up for tonight. We have an update on the AIDS pill asshole, Martin Shkreli, on Capitol Hill this week, and hopefully a discussion on business ethics versus civic ethics. Dave's got an update on the Bill Cosby trial and some breaking news, and I think you said even a partial admission by Bill Cosby?
Well, no, I don't think it was an admission. I think it was kind of his interpretation of it.
Okay.
What he said happened.
So we've got that coming up. We've got a Week in Weed where we're going to talk a little bit about the DEA's heroic efforts to preserve the wild American rabbit here in the United States. And a talk on I don't even know how you want to phrase it, a Newsweek article that seems to me like it's a full-on assault on all things conservative. Anything to the right of the middle is full-on under assault this week by a writer over at Newsweek. So we got all that and more for you here on 13 Folds Radio on rifreeradio.org.
It wasn't easy, but nothing is. No. When I feel heavy metal, and I feel that I need when I lie and I'm easy all of the time, but I'm never sure why I need you. Please have me down. I got my head down when I was young. It's not my problem. It's not my problem. When I feel heavy metal, and I feel that I need when I lie and I'm easy all of the time, but I'm never sure why I need you. Please let me down. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I buried my heart in a hole in the ground, with the lights and the roses and the cow